Welcome to Strength Therapy community. I am Sam Spinelli with the Strength Therapist. This week we're going to be talking about how to crawl your way to a strong, stable set of shoulders and indestructible spine. So crawling variations are a fantastic way to start working on that core stability, particularly as we can see in most of the variations, we're having our limbs move, whether it be both arms, both legs, other variations where we either only have the legs moving or only have the arms moving. But in all of those, we typically are focusing on having our pelvis stay in place, and so minimizing rotation and then keeping that spine nice and stable throughout. So as we go through, whether it be a forward bear crawl or a lateral crawl variation, in all of those, we're working on resisting rotation forces, working on flexion forces, extension forces, and also lateral flexion forces. So we're able to get a nice wide range of moment arms and challenges to the spine throughout the crawling variations. Using crawling variations, we're able to help people develop nice stable shoulders, because in contrast to other movements, whether we're working on face pulls, pull-ups, working on a one-arm dumbbell bench press, we typically are having the shoulder move while the trunk is staying in place, whereas in most crawling variations, we're gonna be having the arm stay in place and the trunk is being pulled around it. And so it's a contrasting way to work on shoulder stability. So I'm gonna take you guys through a whole bunch of different crawling variations, and I'm just gonna be doing a voiceover after them or along with them, so you guys can check that out. They'll be going through variations of forward crawling, lateral crawling, crawling devoted towards shoulder work, and then additionally some lower extremity crawling variations. So we're going through a simple bear crawl variation where we're going in the forward motion. We're trying to have reciprocal arm and leg motion, so as the left arm moves, the right arm moves forward. And now we're seeing a reverse bear crawl motion where now it's the same thing. We're working on more of a pushing than a pulling motion. In the normal bear crawl, we're having a pulling motion with the shoulders and the hips, whereas in the reverse, we're working on a pulling motion. Now we're in a lateral bear crawl or lateral crawl variation where the hips are staying low, or we're working on having alternating motion again, side to side. This is a little bit more challenging in the rotary plane, also lateral flexion. What we're looking at here is a low squat walk or a duck walk, where now we're working on primarily lower extremity range of motion. From here, we're looking at a hand walkout. This is a crawling variation. We're working on walking the hands further and further out while maintaining that spine stability, so we're able to work on having some trunk stability along with that shoulder motion. And in contrast, flipping that around, we're having the foot walkout, whereas the feet are doing the walking, but the shoulders have to maintain and keep that position against the rib cage. Then we can go towards the classic inchworm, where we're essentially combining those two motions into one. See that done coming towards us, where we're trying to keep those shoulder blades against the rib cage. You see they're not popping up away from my chest. And then we're going into a lateral hover crawl, where now we're working on trying to maintain some control and get into more of a vertical plane with the shoulders. Again, this is going to increase the demand on the rotary stability component whenever we're going that lateral plane. Then you can go towards into the very vertical plane and do handstand pop-ups. And then the final crawling variation that we're going to go over is the sweep the leg crawl, where now we're going to be working on a long reach and sweeping that leg through and challenge the hip mobility. So as I was saying, crawling variations are a fantastic way to work on that core stability, integrate some shoulder mechanics, help work on getting that nice, strong, stable scapula, help integrate some rotator cuff stability exercises. And they're just a fantastic all-around total body exercise. They're able to utilize whether it be in a warm-up exercise or in superset variations. I'll be writing an article on ways that I like to program crawling variations for clients, and I'll especially go into detail about ways that we are able to really integrate them into supersets, so that not only are we getting more crawling work and more core stability exercises done, but in addition, we're able to complement that other exercise very well. So that's it for today. Catch you guys next time. And I'm Sam from the Strength Therapist.